and welcome back to Liz Sews. Today's video is the next installment in my Disney in the Bedroom series, where I make lingerie inspired by Disney characters of my youth. This month, I will be focusing on Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I remember being absolutely obsessed with the Little Mermaid soundtrack as a child, and playing the CD on repeat endlessly, which must have been mighty annoying for my parents. Ariel was one of the first concepts that I came up with for the Disney in the Bedroom challenge, but I knew I wanted to save it for summer because the Caribbean music and fresh sea air always remind me of my summer beach vacations. So without further ado, sit back and relax while I plan out my Ariel-inspired lingerie. So here are my plans for Ariel. Ariel's quite a bit more ambitious than the other Disney Bounding in the Bedroom projects I've done previously, so I'm probably going to split this one across 2 different months. So in June, I'm going to be focusing on the shell bra and the underwear, and then in July, I'm going to focus on just the corset itself. I've only ever made one corset before, and so I just expect that it's going to take me just a little bit longer, and there's going to be a lot more involved into it than the other projects that I've been tackling for Disney. So that's why I wanted to give myself 2 months just so I wasn't scrounging to get done and cutting corners, because I still want to make something that's beautiful and inspiring. You'll see here as we go through my fabric choices that a lot of the items I'm not entirely sure which ones I want to use, and so I'm still back and forth. So this one is still sort of like growing in my mind. I haven't got a firm conceptualization of what it's actually going to look like. So let me know down in the comments when I have several different options, which one do you think are the best option. So let's start off by looking at the bra itself. So my idea for the bra is to start with the AFI Atelier Exquisite pattern, just because it has that sort of fanned shape already built into it. And I'm going to need to do some pretty significant alterations, because what I want to have is I want to have a foam lower portion that's going to be the shell of the bra, and that portion of the bra is going to be covered in the stretch satin, which I've dyed in royal purple. So I thought this one looked really good, and because that has a lot of stretch to it, it should be fairly easy to sort of work over that foam shell and get the scalloped edges of the shell. So that's going to be the lower or main portion of the cup. But then the idea that I had is that I would do a sheer sort of backing that comes up behind the shell and forms into the strap itself. So you get the nice definitive lines of the scallop shell, but you still have the same amount of coverage as a regular bra, because I didn't want to make something strapless, because I don't like strapless bras on me. So I have 2 options for that sort of sheer backing to the cup. This is the first option, and it's one that I purchased from Emerald Erin, and I can't remember the name of it, so I'll pop it down below, name of the color. And when I got it in, it's sort of a different purple, so that's one of the reasons why I'm not sure it's what I want to use. So it's a different tone of purple. It's a lot more warm purple, where this is a lot cooler toned purple. But when you get it, I'll only be using it in 2 layers across the skin. So it might be okay that it's sort of the wrong purple, because it's not as noticeable when it's only looking at 2 layers. So that's option 1. but I wasn't entirely confident in that. So I went ahead and I picked up more bra tulle from TaylorMade shop. Obviously, I don't need a whole lot of poking in order to convince me I need more bra tulle. So this one is in the colorway Orchid. So it's like a nice lighter sort of pinky purple, and so that's what that one looks like with 2 layers. So I don't know if that's too light, if I've gone too far. And then because neither of these bra tools look like they were exactly the right thing, I went digging through my stash and I found another bit of bra tool that I think could also be interesting. This one is in her like sort of turquoisey color. So this would be one where it just would be a totally different look to have the shell on top of that sort of green. So that would be pulling in both of her Disney colors of the purple and the teal together in one bra. I did do a sort of mock-up of what that would look like over here, and I wasn't entirely convinced on the green there. So I'm thinking that this is probably a no, but I'm going to keep it with the fabrics for the time being, just until I make a definitive decision on what color bra tulle I want to use. But let me know which one of these bra tulle colors, the dark purple or the light purple, that you would use for the sheer extension to the shell portion of the bra. So that is the bra. Moving on to the underwear portion. Again, I have 2 different options. The first option is this stretch satin in teal. So this stretch satin, again, it has a lot of stretch to it. This one actually has about 4-way stretch. I purchased it from, I think it's called Stretch House or something like that, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend that vendor. The reason being, I placed my order for a very specific fabric. So I wanted one fabric and then I added a bunch of other ones onto the order just so that the shipping wasn't so bad. And then when I finally got notification that my order had shipped, the single fabric that I actually wanted didn't ship at all. They had just canceled it and then shipped the rest of it to me. So that kind of bummed me out. I don't really love that lack of transparency. They also don't tell you how much shipping is going to cost until it's already shipped. So you can't like say, no, that's too much. So I wouldn't recommend that vendor for stretch satin, but I have it, so I should at least use it. So this is option 1 for the underwear. And the only reason I'm hesitant to use this one is that it's not a very good color match with the teals that I'm using in the corset. So this is option 1. The second option that I had for the underwear was to do purple underwear. So originally I was thinking I wanted green underwear just because it was like, this is her shell bra and then this is her tail. But because I didn't have any good fabrics for that, I was thinking maybe I should do purple underwear on the bottom. That way the actual bra and underwear itself matches as a purple set, and then the corset is the green. So like I had said, I did a mock-up of that different sort of coloration of having purple on the bottom, and I'm not entirely sure how that one looks either. I'm really hesitant and back and forth on this. So let me know down in the comments which one of these you would use to make the bottoms of the set, because obviously I need a stretch fabric. The third option, if I'm going to go with purple, I don't necessarily have to use this purple velvet. I could, of course, dye another purple stretch satin like this so that I had matching underwear. So that is the bra and underwear. Let's take a look at the materials for the corset. So these are the 2 fabrics that I had selected for the corset. They're kind of cheapy fabrics. They're a stretch taffeta that I purchased from Fabric Wholesale Direct, but I do like the 2 color tones in it. So my idea was that in Ariel, her fin is a lighter color than her tail. And so I want to incorporate both of these sort of like teal colors to sort of give a nod to that. So it's a cheap, thin fabric. It doesn't feel particularly great, but I think they look really nice and I think they're the right colors. I'm going to line the corset in coutil, so it doesn't really matter what these fabrics are like. They're really just there for appearance more than anything else. They don't have to do any of the heavy lifting or things like that. And then one thing I was thinking about of incorporating these 2 colors is like sort of like alternating the panels in there between light and dark and light and dark. The second idea I had for incorporating colors is maybe making the entire corset in the darker teal and then making boning channels along the outside and the lighter teal, so that you just see like the style lines accented in the lighter one. So let me know which way you think would be a better use of these two colors. Now, seeing these two colors for the corset, I actually think that this teal for the bottom is not that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and use this, I think, and get rid of the purple velvet bottoms and just do the green bottoms. So when I have my set, that means I'll have a purple bra and teal bottoms. So just these two by themselves, I think, will look very Ariel. And then when I add on the corset, we'll just bring it up a notch a little bit further. So in thinking about the corset, the only other thing I had purchased is some options for lacing. So I have both a purple option as well as a light minty green option for lacing up in the back through the grommets. Either of these will work. I just kind of have to decide which one I think looks best when the time comes. Right now, I'm leaning towards green in the corset just because I think it'll make it have a more cohesive look, but let me know down in the comments if you think if the purple would work a little bit better. So I hope everyone is excited about my plans for Ariel in the next 2 months, and of course, help me out in making some of my more critical decisions of which fabrics to use. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Stay tuned to see the next video in this Disney in the Bedroom series, where I start putting together the bra, and I will see everyone next time. Take care.